All praises go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. That is God and Jesus Christ in the Hebrew. Respect and honors to the elders at GMS and the GMS camp that I learned from, because I've been more or less the last 4 months learning from them, and I've learned a lot. And one of the leaders at the camp told me to do a book review, so I'll read this book, and it's by Stephen Jacobs. It's now to look at it, it doesn't look like, it's a no frills book, but it's got some excellent information. And the reason why I found this interesting to read is because it's about the Hebrews in Africa, not just West Africa, because as the Bible explains, Luke 21 verse 20, Yahushai, who's known as Jesus Christ, he prophesied that Jerusalem will be overrun with armies, and that came in 70 AD when the Romans came. So when Jerusalem is overrun with armies, flee to the mountains, and many of them did. So over 1 million Hebrew Israelites from the tribes of Benjamin, Apostle Paul's tribe, Levi, Moses' tribe, and Judah, the head tribe, which is Yahushai's tribe or Jesus' tribe, they fled and ran into Africa. So this is by Stephen Jacobs. Now if you go into the book, and it's a very good book, and the reason why I say it's a very good book because it concentrates mainly on the Ashanti Kingdom. And the Ashanti Kingdom was one of the places, one of the biggest kingdoms of the Hebrew Israelites. So they settled in Africa, mainly West Africa, and the West African coast. And it's not just, people think, okay, Ashantis, they're in Ghana, but back then, there were so many of them, they encompassed a territory which is more or less like 7 or 8 countries now in Africa, from Togo, Ghana, Guinea, Dahomey as well, Senegal. And this book has a lot of references. And one of the references here, this one up here, Archer and Williams concluded that the Ashantis has migrated to the west coast of Africa from the east side of the same continent. So that correlates with the Bible. Now this is what you have to do, people. You have to read the Bible, but you also have to read up on history. And one of the reasons why you need to do this is to also know when prophecy has been fulfilled or not. Because the Bible has 3 world wars. Now we've had 2 already, World War I, World War II. So you look up those world wars and you see what happened. And World War II was the completion of these so-called Jews, what we see today as the European Jews, the white Jews, who are not the real Jews, they're converts. They converted in the 5th century under a leader called Cacan Bullen. And now some of their people actually believe that they're the real Jews. They're called Jewish people for a reason. Jewish. Ish means pertaining to. So if I say, you know what, bro, you're acting very girlish today. I'm not saying he's a girl. I'm saying he's acting like a girl. And the Jewish people are acting like Jews, but they're not Jews. They don't fulfill any of the prophecies in the Bible. So this correlates because we ran into Egypt. Egypt is very mountainous, and that's what Luke 21 verse 20 says. Flee to the mountains. That's what Yahushua said. So the people that were listening to him did do exactly what he said. They flee to the mountains. Now, this book goes into the different tribes. For example, the Fani, or now you say Fanti, they are mainly in Ghana now. The Ashantis, who are mainly in Ghana now, and the Akin. These are all different tribes. So I'm doing this so people who know that you're not African. There's a big difference. Yeah, the Africans sold us into slavery. They sold us to the Europeans. The Arabs were catching us, like you saw in Roots. Roots, is it Kunta Kinte? He got captured by an Arab and Africans, and they gave him to the white man, and he got put on a ship. And this is what happened, you know. So let me just give you a real definition with the Bible dictionary. Now, when you're reading the Bible, and this is what Christianity doesn't teach their people, here we have what Bible dictionary, Zondervan Bible Dictionary. So let's read up about Ham. Now, Ham was Noah's son, progenitor of the Africans. So let's see what it says about Ham. Okay, so I've just got this DVD here. Let me just move that. Okay. I've highlighted it here. Anyway. Oops, sorry. So, let's see. Let's see what it says here. Ham. Let me just focus the camera. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. And that's us. So if you're Igbo, you're a Negro. If you're Yoruba, you're a Negro. And the Hausa in Nigeria was rounding up the Igbo and the Yoruba and selling them to the Portuguese. So a lot of those Brazilians are Israelites as well. See? So here it says, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. So those are Africans. They're not the same people as us. So I just wanted to show you that because it's very important. People believe that, okay, my parents was born in Africa, blah, 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 so I'm African. If I have a wife and she's pregnant and we go to China and she has her baby, delivers in China, is my baby Chinese? No, it's not. It's about your ancestry, your lineage. So let's get rid of that. Now I want to show you also this. This is a film. It's called Hidden Colors. And now you got Hidden Colors 1, Hidden Colors 2. This goes into the Israelites as well. But they say Africans. In the film, they say Africans, and it tells you about the Moorish Empire. Yeah? The Moorish Empire settled in North Africa, and later they went up into Gibraltar, into Spain, and they ruled Europe for 1,000 years. So all these people like Beethoven, King James, Sir Robin of Locksley, William Wallace, Braveheart, Mel Gibson, they were all Israelites, man. So, and this film goes into it, so it's a very good film to look up. If you can't buy it, go online and go to a site called veoh.com, veoh.com, and put in Hidden Colors. And you will see Hidden Colors 1 and Hidden Colors 2 and watch it. Very good film. Okay. We go to page 23. Now this is something that people need to do. People need to, obviously you read the Bible and you try to understand it. And I would say, if you go online on YouTube, put in GMS, these guys work hard, man. These guys work hard, really hard to give out the information that we've been denied all these years. See, now the Ashanti people, the very word Ashanti itself is a Hebraic flavor. And this is a historian called Williams. Said there was a town named Ashan in Judah, in the domain of Judah. Now Judah was the southern kingdom, and that's where Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, those tribes, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, this is where they lived, and this is where they stayed. And there was a town called Ashan. You see? So it all links together. Now, if you go to page 37, let me put this pen down. Page 37. It's very good. I've kind of like highlighted some of the pages here. And all the interesting bits. But there's a lot of There's a lot of interesting things in this book. And it's got 2 parts. In the second part, it literally goes into the color of Jesus or Yahushua, you know. See, now the Ashan people, the lawgiver, and in these villages and towns of the Ashan kingdom, the lawgiver who looked after basically, you know, the laws and made sure people were doing the laws, you know, they called him Toro. It was always a man. Sorry, women. It was always a man. Because, you know, that's the way the Most High set up. Women are helpers for men. Toro. And that's pretty similar to the word Torah. See? It all links up. So all these people saying, oh, you guys are not Jews, you're not Jews or whatever. Sorry, we are, you know? Now, in the same book, a lot of the other tribes, like there's one in Guinea here, a lot of the Guinea people in the villages, they used to have, They used to have basically new moon services. And that's what the Israelites did. So even though they're in Africa and they're naming themselves tribes and Igbo, Yoruba, etc., these people, when they settled in Africa, not just West, but in Africa, this is a tribe in Guinea, you know, the new moon natives, when the new moon came in, they used to do a short prayer to the Most High. So they still had their customs intact. But when slavery came, obviously, that's when everything bad happened and we lost our way, you see. So this is a good book. And as I said, you know, it goes into, look, African Hebrews, the offspring of Abraham, goes into that. It has many, see, look, Africa is the homeland of Judaism too. Well, I wouldn't call it Judaism, we're Israelites, man. Do you understand? But he's just, the author, Jacobs, is just putting it in a way that you understand. So, know that you're an Israelite and know that, listen, time is running out, man. That grace period that they keep talking about in church, it's over. I just wanted to also, because I wrote this down, just to give a list to those people, because, listen, myself, I'm from Sierra Leone. I never knew I was an Israelite. These are all the tribes that are Israelite tribes in West Africa. So you got the Fanti, Gar, Ashanti, Sefwe, Wasawa, and those tribes are mainly in Ghana. The Yoruba, the Igbo, and the Fulani. Fulanis are sprinkled everywhere in that west coast, from Nigeria to Sierra Leone to Guinea. You got the Deng. The Deng tribe is in Liberia. The Lemba is in South Africa. And I'm saying this because when you go to the Israelite camps to see, they got a big board and it says Negroes are the tribe of Judah in America. The West Indians are the Benjamites, which they are. Levi, the Haitians. Some of them don't go really into the West African tribes or the tribes in Africa who are Israelites. So the Deng, which is in Liberia, they're Israelites. The Mende in Sierra Leone, the Temne, the Madingo. Madingos are in Sierra Leone. I'm a Madingo. And Guinea as well. But there's many Israelite tribes in Congo, Uganda, Angola, some in Kenya as well, and Sudan. Now in Uganda, you've got the Bantu tribes. They're Israelites as well. And this is all from that book. This is all from this book. This is what I found all this out. So just a review there. So please do your research. Try and get this book from Amazon. It's a very good book. And I just want to say thanks to all the GMS camps out there doing the work. And I would recommend them. The reason why I recommend them, they go into the laws, statute, commandments, which we're still under. And the main reason why we're in this mess, the main reason why Israelites are killing Israelites, not looking after our families and women. Our women are out of order, wearing bloody white women wigs on their head, you know, having inferiority complexes, is because in the Bible, you look at the law, statute, well, in Deuteronomy, you have all the curses that would come upon us if we didn't do the laws, statutes, and commandments. And because we didn't, curses were put upon us. So Deuteronomy 28, verse 68 says, the Lord will send you into Egypt again with ships. And he did. So that's the transatlantic slave trade. Because Egypt is a word that means bondage. Bondage is slavery. Okay? And we were the only race to go into slavery in ships. That's how you know it. Another curse was his eye will be evil towards his brother. Black and black crime. So listen, man. This is our history, our heritage. Don't let anyone say any other nonsense to you, or you're not Israelites, whatever. Come back to Yahweh, who is God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Get tooled up. Get books like this. This is only about 10, 15 quid on Amazon. And also, if you want to find out literally about the fake Jews, obviously I talked about this film. This film shows you how we got taken down in Europe, you know, and a lot of them people that took us down, the people that took us down, a lot of them, the people that were orchestrating it were Jewish people, man. You know, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, etc. But this goes into how we got taken down in Europe. So it's a very good film. Now let me just grab this other film. 1 second. This is an excellent film. If you want to know how the Jews got Israel. And it's called Adolf Hitler, The Greatest Story Never Told. And go on YouTube, put in this title, and you'll find this guy is called Dennis Wise. Yeah, Dennis Wise. He's done a documentary, and it's amazing. Watch part 4. Subscribe to his channel. Just put in that. You'll find the film there. It's called Greatest Story Never Told. And if you put that title in YouTube or Google, he's got a website, and it's got all the parts. One part is part 4, and it shows you how the Jews got Israel. They basically boycotted Hitler's Germany. And when I say boycotted, nothing at all was basically being exported. People weren't taking German products, German food, buying German cars. So the Nazis had to negotiate with them, and they said, let us migrate to Palestine. And as soon as they migrate to Palestine, they start killing the Palestinians. This goes into it. It's excellent. So remember, put in Adolf Hitler, The Greatest Story Never Told on Google or YouTube. You can watch it for free. The parts there, or you can buy it. I bought it, and it's an amazing film. It even shows you how the Holocaust has been faked. They died of typhus. They did not die of gassing. And it shows you how a lot of the people that admitted that they gassed Jews were basically beaten up and their families threatened. So this is an excellent film to go into. I can't listen. I borrowed this to one of the camp leaders. Hopefully he's going to watch it. But it's an amazing film, and it's the best film to learn about World War II. And it shows you how Germany was before Hitler. People were killing themselves, committing suicide. They never had money. The Great Depression made it even worse. And Hitler basically sorted everything out. 6 million people. He got back in the workplace within 2 years. And remember, when he lost the war, they told you that he killed 6 million Jews. So this is how they work, you know? So listen, all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders at GMS. Remember, get this book, Stephen Jacobs, The Hebrew Heritage of Black Africa. And listen, just know you're Israelite. Come back to the Most High, because Christianity, Catholicism, and Islam will not save you. Okay? Those are man-made religions. The word Christian is only in the Bible about once. The disciples were called Christians in Antioch. That's it. You know? Christianity ain't going to save you. And They say, oh, the laws are done away with. We don't have to do the laws, we're under grace. If that's the case, then why do you pay tithes? That's a part of the law. So they're telling you to pay tithes, but they're telling you not to do the whole law. It's ridiculous, man. So listen, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do more reviews. And listen, shalom and death to Edom. Edom is the name of the white race, because in the Bible they have a terrible judgment. None of them will be spared, man. So they're going to reap what they sow. They sold slavery, they're going to reap it, you know. So listen, I'm out, and shalom.